I did say in my last video that I'm not the type of person to publish videos online. I should have actually said I'm not the type of person to publish videos. Yeah, I'm really not. So, well, for a number of reasons, I've decided that even though I'm not the type of person to publish videos, that I will. The opening sequence to this video was of my new houseplants. I've got some more coming, possibly coming in the next day or so, or next week. But yeah, they're. I should have actually filmed them now. I filmed them about over 2 hours ago. But now they're catching the sunlight, and they look pretty impressive. But yeah, the audio to that clip was from this TV series, apparently from the early 70s. It's around the early to mid 70s, called Van der Valk. And I really remember the score to it, the theme tune to it, and that, from my recollection, it was one of my favourite programmes as a kid. You know, like I've mentioned before about the enduring influence of continental Europe, even before I went to school, even before I went to schools that had a showing of the descendants of continental Europe who came over here after the war. It's a great thing. Can't remember what the program was like, but if you look on YouTube at the titles, you'll see that the lead character has this really easygoing aspect to him, which sort of, as far as I know, echoes the way things were on in many parts of continental Europe at around that period. Whether it's still the case now, I wouldn't know. But yeah, it really does. Watched another film recently, Kramer versus Kramer, that my mum took me to the cinema to watch. That's a really good film. A really well constructed film with a score that I really like. You know, especially the opening scenes. Once it gets into it, the film gets into it, and the closing scenes. Really good stuff. But yeah. Aside from that, it's been the same old gags sort of thing. I mean, yesterday, if you watch any of this stuff that goes on around me and so on and so forth, you know, yesterday was pretty bizarre, to say the least, and there's been elements of that today as well. But that's the way things are, and I have needed what I've mentioned before, a degree of mental dexterity to, you know, this stuff's going to carry on almost certainly. You know, I could say things now that may be useful, but I don't particularly see the point. But anyway, you know, whether it's to go on and see what I'll do, and so on and so forth. I'm not particularly interested, but I do need to engage this mental dexterity that I've got, and this comprehension of the techniques being used to see what I'll do, sort of thing. You know, like I said, it's you just get on with it, and you know. But I have made significant inroads into re-establishing certain things that's been useful, really useful, and you know, yeah, you know, that I live in solitude, that I don't do much. It's just the way it is. But you know, whether that's a permanent feature, whether that's a long-term feature, whether it's short-term, whether it's medium-term, I haven't got a clue. Like I said, yeah, making significant inroads in ways I really needed to. And pretty useful stuff. Of Monday or Tuesday, I think it was. I went into town to a coffee shop, and like with the video I last published, that I'm not the type of person to publish videos. I'm also not the type of person to go to coffee shops. Just like I'm not the type of person who would have gone on whatever social media was. Just not that type of person. But yeah, I'm really not the type of person to go to coffee shops. But like we're doing this video, I may at some stage in the future go to a coffee shop again. But yeah, you know, the type of stuff I expected downtown, yeah, sort of took place. No, you know, no major, nothing I hadn't seen before countless times. I'm pretty, you know, stuff you just get back and you just get on with it, sort of thing. But yeah, the thing about that day, I think it was Monday or Tuesday, was basically I really ain't the type of person who goes to coffee shops. But yeah, so yeah, all in all, having to apply this mental dexterity that I can engage pretty effectively, very effectively, and making significant inroads into you know, getting on with my day, while the type of bizarre scenarios that took place yesterday take place. My guess is to see what I'll do. So that's just the way it is. But yeah, stuff about mental dexterity, for example. Don't need to really go into it. I'm not going to go into it. It's absolutely served no purpose to go over the mental dexterity I've got, the level of comprehension I've got around the type of stuff that goes on around me, and so on and so forth. That's just the way it is. But yeah, but yeah, You know, I've published quite a few. I've published quite a few videos over time that sort of deal with some of the stuff I could say. But like I say, the stuff like I've said before, that anything that comes along, I'll deal with it pretty quick. That's what I do. You know, if you're faced with if anyone was faced with a situation like this, they do stuff like that. You just do. You know, it's practicalities, and so on. But yeah, so sort of, yeah. But yeah, the opening sequence, the opening sequence to Van der Valk, the TV series from the early to mid 70s, that was set in Amsterdam. That was one of my favourite programmes from my early years. And the film Kramer versus Kramer, which I watched at the cinema years later. Kramer versus Kramer is a brilliant film, really good film. But yeah, that's about it.